Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. I don't know if you knew this, but anyone can get the same premium wireless for $15 a month plan that I've been enjoying. It's not just for celebrities. So do like I did and have one of your assistants switch you to Mint Mobile today. I'm told it's super easy to do at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
Welcome to Story Smash, the storytelling game show. Please welcome the creator and host of Story Smash, Christine Blackburn!
Holy cow, it's great to see you guys here tonight. Give yourselves a big round of applause. We got Nate Dahl up in the booth. Let's 86 the videos. Thank you so much. Woo! Oh, look at that. Hats are on sale at the intermission. That's great. You guys, we're going to have so much fun tonight. Thank you for coming out. Let's get started right away and take a look at the Wheel of Stories. There are 12 permanent topics on the wheel, topics including drunk tank, breaking up, I don't think making up is on there. That's not the point. Mom, vacation. And then, in addition to the 12 topics, there's one space that says free. If the contestant lands on free, they can tell any story on the wheel. And there's also 3 spaces that say audience. And if the contestant lands on audience, then it's your responsibility to shout out story topics you'd like to hear. And one of our guest judges will choose one to be the contestant's story. Does that make sense? All right, you guys, speaking of expert judges, let's bring them on the stage right now, you guys. All right, you guys, this first judge coming to the stage is a writer who wrote on the Emmy Award-winning Modern Family for the entire 11-year run. He's also the author of the book I hold in my right hand, My Twitter War with Donald Trump. This guy has won 5 Emmy Awards and he'll never let us forget it. Put your hands together for Danny Zucker! All right, you guys, this next judge is a fantastic actress. I'm so honored that they're here right now. She has a brand new hit series on NBC, Tuesday nights at 8 o'clock. It's called St. Dennis Medical. Have you seen it? Yeah. She also played the iconic Beverly Goldberg on the Goldberg City and Two run. And she's been on Bridesmaids and Reno 911. Welcome the amazing Brady Fenwick. Writer. He's a broadcaster for the LA Derby Dolls, and he does stand-up all over town. You can also hear him every week on the Nerd Poker Podcast. Please put your hands together for Blake show planned for you guys tonight with some really smart contestants. Now, all 3 of you have played the game before. Is that right, Danny?
It's so right. Yes, we played before.
Yes, of course. Wendy, you've been here several times.
Several times. And I'm stoked.
Yes. Okay. And Blaine, how are you feeling?
I'm good. I'm still looking for parking.
Well. We're going to have a great game tonight. We're playing 3 rounds of the game.
Check 2, check.
The first round.
Check 2, check.
The first round, the contestant will come onto the stage. They'll spin the Story Smash Wheel of Truth, and then they'll tell a true 1-minute story on whatever topic they land. Is that clear?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, yeah. When we start?
We're going to start, not quite yet, right after I'm done. Now, you got to watch your time, folks, because the contestants are responsible for their time, because if they go over their time, what are they going to hear, Nadal? Yeah. Oh, God, that's even worse.
It's true.
Yeah, that was too good. I know.
Those kids.
And then the second round, everybody plays the second round, you know, which is double the fun.
Twice as long.
It's twice as long. It's 2 minutes long, and we're really excited about that. And then we're going to go to the third round. Now, here's where it gets tricky. You guys will choose 2 contestants to go to the third round, and they'll tell a true 3-minute story. Again, these are true stories, and we do fact check. Wendy, can I help you with anything you have? Anything?
No, I'm good. I'm sorted out.
What are you doing with the tape?
This was here.
Yeah, so I know we got some gaffer tape down here. That maybe we could give that away as part of the prize.
Second place.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, speaking of the prize, let's just tell the folks what they get. Can I have one of these lovely prizes? Look at that. It's a brand new Story Smash hat. That's really all around you.
Yeah, it's magic.
And they get my homemade chocolate chip cookies.
Yeah.
Cookies. Hooray, here they are. And so there's big stakes, as there always are. Did you guys have any questions?
Yeah, my mic smells like somebody has been doing raps.
Doing what?
Yeah, somebody doing beatbox.
Did you say doing raps?
My name is Blaine, and I'm here to say I don't like the way my mic smells today.
Holy shit.
Mike, too, has a stinky smell. Nate,
It's all
let you
right.
know.
It's all right. I'll deal with it. I'll rub some Irish Spring on it.
All right. Well, this is very exciting. Here, I'm going to reach my hand into the Story Smash can of truth. We're going to get the game started. Wait, what do you have?
Did you mention that somebody from the audience plays it?
Oh, that's right. Somebody from the audience is going to play.
Yeah.
And that's always great, isn't it, Danny?
No, it's usually terrible.
Well, I think there's might be some very talented people here tonight.
I'm not getting any sense of that, but yeah. I just think someone would. So,
Okay. All right. I think we should get going. What do you guys think? All right, let's go. Let's keep the music. Oh, no, wait. We came up with the audience member first thing. Wow. Can't do it. Can't do it. It can't be done.
You can't do that.
All right, I got it right here. You guys, come to the stage right now. This person is a comedian, an improviser, an actress, and she's been on shows like Whose Line Is It Anyway?, The Daily Show, and Curb Your Enthusiasm. Please put your hands together for the very talented Denny Siegel.
Yep.
It's a 1-minute story about Hollyweird, and, we'll start when you're ready.
Woo, I'm ready. Okay. I came out of a theater troupe in New York called Chicago City Limits.
Hey.
And I loved improv, and it's all I wanted to do. And I'm still single and doing improv, so I really chose it as my life mate. And if you're listening to this, the podcast, I'm gorgeous. Okay, so I was in the touring company. I really wanted to be in the main stage company, and then and there was a guy in the touring company, and anyway, I was in the main company. I was a big effing deal, and they flew me out here for Whose Line. It was super exciting, and then things were happening, and I had an agent, but I was also kind of a self-saboteur, which is why, you haven't heard of me lately, but I'm here, I'm back. And anyway, there was a guy who was in the company, and he was producing, and he's now like freaking huge. I see his name on the credits all the time, one of my favorite jokes. And I met with him, he did me a favor and took a meeting, and he literally is like, you're not pretty enough. You're not pretty enough. You'll never be one of the girls on Friends. And I was like, screw you.
Wow. All right, Denny Siegel. Danny Zucker.
Wow. It sounds like a real Ross. Wow, funny. You had funny stuff all around. I was hoping it could be worse. It's so much harder to do my job if you're good.
Bullshit.
You are gorgeous. I've completely blind, but I could tell just by your sort of you've done a 5-finger. I'm sorry to hear you're one of the few people in improv who haven't been successful in love, but I'm going to give you about 1 billion points. I think you're good. Yeah.
Wendy, what do you think?
My heart is broken that anyone ever made you feel not gorgeous because you, lady, You are gorgeous. Oh, secret spice, okay? You are funny. You are gorgeous. I suppose you can cook too.
I did just buy an air fryer and I have been using it, so if that counts, then yes.
It does.
Okay, like a batch.
Chicago City Limits. Have you ever had that deep dish pizza?
It was in New York.
And you say you didn't get on Friends?
Yeah, he said you're never be one of the front girl.
That's good because that show sucks dog dicks. It's about as funny as it be in your mouth. Much funnier than it be in my
There, you guys, did he see? Community South and play was playing, so we're off to a nice start.
Thanks for coming, everybody. Good night.
That's right. And as a reminder, there are no points in this game. There are no points in this game.
How do you explain the billions because game? Yeah, there's billions.
Ladies and gentlemen, this next contestant coming to the stage, he's a stand-up comedian who hails from the great state of Rhode Island. He produces comedy shows in Providence and Long Island, and he has a brand new podcast called Rhode Island Red. He was here at this show a couple months ago, and he got hauled out of the audience, and now he's here live.
Yeah, we are.
Disappointing. Sweet potato fries. Only $3 more.
Oh, wow. Sean landed on audience. It's swaying into the audience realm, and this makes it very exciting. So, we're going to go to this side of the audience first. What kind of stories would you folks like to hear?
Drugs.
It's always popular. What else? What else?
Drugs and porn so far. Cool crap.
Surgery.
Celebrate senior year, and I heard presidential. That means okay. Over here, guys. John Juan.
Some blondes.
Young blondes. What else? Come on. Cocaine.
Dogs. I think cocaine was with the drugs, right?
Yeah.
Hey, let me ask you a question there, buddy. Any of those appeal to you? If you had to pick one for those, I'd like to give you a break instead of a sight.
Well, cocaine is like a natural habit with me.
You got me? Okay, good.
Yeah.
Whenever you're ready, Sean.
Take drugs. I mean, do drugs. No. Drugs are just... All right, here we go. Central Falls, Rhode Island. It's a place called Little Medellin. It's called Little Medellin because in the 1980s, Pablo Escobar sent every one of his sicarios to this little town in Rhode Island called Central Falls. And there was a bar in Central Falls called the Sportsman's Tavern. And in the Sportsman's Tavern was multiple sicarios that were high on cocaine and had control of the whole town. It's a true story. Well, I got a pass to go into this place and buy kilos at wholesale. So you could go into the place and buy a kilo at $40,000, and the second you walked off the stoop, it was worth $60,000. So, needless to say, I made a lot of money in 1983, 84, 85. And that's my cocaine story.
About 53 seconds, but he could have gone a little longer, but that's okay. Wendy.
I didn't know Rhode Island was so
Cocaine?
Pokey.
Yeah.
So pokey.
Yeah.
Wow, but that sounds like a terrific value for that cocaine.
Quality value, quality product.
Okay, noted.
Sean, did the mafia vacation there in Rhode Island?
Oh, yes, on Block Island, Newport. I think it was a real island. Is that what happened? A real island, Block Island? I know. Oh, Rhode Island. Rhode Island. Yeah, it's a real island. It's got 2 bridges.
All right.
One bridge in, one bridge out.
That's how it goes.
Wow. That's great. You know, and you say you're responsible for all the drug use in Rhode Island. You said,
Probably 33% of it.
have you ever been arrested?
Couple of times. You need me to, absolutely.
I don't need you to. I want you to.
Okay, that's what I want.
Oh, okay. I was interested to hear about the opposite of forward depreciation when you walk off the lot. The drink becomes more and more valuable.
Yeah.
It's fascinating. I do want to hear your arrest stories. Anyway, you can move on. I'm going to give you $1 billion. Later behind the clock.
I was a big cocaine enthusiast. I miss my septum almost every day. And but I love the idea of like a cocaine Costco, like Kirkland brand.
Yeah.
Kirkland kilos. I found myself the whole, a Pavlovian reaction. Like my nose, I felt was actually starting to run, as you said. So thank you for that. You're an interesting guy. That's all I'm going to say. Story was sort of a linear thing, but we'll work on that. It's only a minute. You're good. I don't want you to shoot me, so I give you. Federal immunity. Good job.
All right, you guys coming up right now. Oh, okay, I know what this person is. All right, you guys, this contestant coming to the stage right now. It's this one. All right. This guy, he's a stand-up comedian and a writer for animated shows on Netflix, Hulu, Disney. Now he moved out to Los Angeles from Toronto 8 years ago, and he's a regular over at Flappers Comedy Club. Please welcome the very talented Josh Saber.
It's been brought to you by Dumb Hat, from the makers of those stupid fucking pants. Dumb Hat.
Oh, interviews. Interesting.
Interviews. First of all, I just want to say I am Canadian, but don't worry, I paid my tariff on the way in here. I had an interview it was a 9-month interview. It was called Being a Temp. And it was for a company called Viking Cruises. They cater to mostly retired couples who, married couples. And I really wanted this job because could you get the job? They sent you on a free cruise. So I really did my due diligence, no benefits, no nothing. I didn't even have a Viking Cruise cup. And then I finally got the job and I'm like, I got my cup. They're going to send me on a cruise. But I got to tell you, it was weird because they said I couldn't tell anyone I worked there. So I just had to show up as like a middle-aged single dude like creeping on this boat. And people were like, what is this guy? Is he trying to fuck all our wives? Like, what is he doing? By the way, though, if you want to feel good about yourself and your body, book yourself on a Viking cruise. You will be the belle of the ball. The ladies are like, oh, you took the stairs. Like, oh. My medications are half of what your husband is taking. I love you guys. Thank you.
Good landing there, stuck the landing. And I allow people to laugh. That's very important. Now, the Viking Cruises cup, was that the skull of your enemy?
I still have it, and I drink it as if it was full of the blood of the people who fired me.
Oh, okay. And then you would, your ship would land in Iceland, and you would name it Greenland to throw off everybody.
You know what? If they just take Greenland, they're going to leave Canada. So I'm like, go for Greenland. That's my best.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'd like to apologize on behalf of the United States for being dicks. Anyway, that was great. Thanks, Josh. A billion loonies.
All right. I almost called you Dennis. I don't know why.
I don't know why either.
Danny.
Oh, Dennis is nice. The whole time you were talking, I was struck by, because you're different. Like if drug addict Rhode Island guy, if you were to take the opposite type of man on the man's farm, It's almost like a different species. You know, I was just struck by, I have a little whiplash. Like, you definitely seem like a narc. But it was a great story. Yeah, it's a great story. I've been on, I had the misfortune to be on some cruises too. I was with my family, and I was still accused of creaming. So, yeah, I'll give you some Canadian bad meat. Good job.
Oh, nice. All right, Wendy.
So what did you get hired to do on the cruise?
I was in the corporate office, so I wasn't doing anything on the ship. I was sending emails to guests. I was disappointing people daily with news that there's no water on the Rhine that day or things like that.
Oh. Well, you didn't disappoint us here tonight. Wow. See,
amazing.
What? That's what I bring to the table. Really, really good. Can't wait to hear more on the 2-minute round.
Yeah.
All right, Josh Shaker, let him hear it. Wow, that was great. Now I know for sure in my right hand I hold the audience slip, and that means we're going to the audience can of truth. Where is it? There it is. Jim Coughlin brings it up, gives it to Danny. Danny, let us know who's playing.
Give it up for young Myrtle Ives, everybody.
So, this better be good. I have a Rob P.
Oh, he stepped away to the restroom.
Okay, he's down. Next.
Is Rob? Get back here. Rob's actually P.
Rob is B. Sorry, Rob.
Frank shits.
Oh, I have a Julia.
Ooh, I've done a lot.
All right. Former journalist, moved into entertainment. And 1 year for TV Guide, I hosted a Made for TV holiday podcast for 3 months. And I produced the whole thing myself. My boss told me to do it so we could prove podcasts were becoming a thing. This was back in the day. And I watch a lot of Made for TV Lifetime and Hallmark movies. So my goal was to put together this podcast. And of course, I wanted the creme de la creme, Candace Cameron Bure, pre-cancellation, when she was the queen of Christmas. So I started reaching out via email to every possible person I could, telling them how much I loved Christmas, dropping all the names of movies like Mistletoe Kisses and Christmas Wishes, like to show I was an expert. And I got Ashanti on the show. I got Melissa Joan Hart. And then finally I get the email. Candace wants to do the show. She shows up. She's the smallest, coldest woman I've ever seen. I get a cup of tea, bundle her in a blanket, and get 10 minutes to ask her every Christmas question possible. And I won Christmas that year.
Story, Danny.
Oh, it's a bummer you're so good. Because this is again, you came out, you just had a whole story.
It'll get worse.
Oh, I hope so. Promise? No, no, it was good. It was like you're a Christmas miracle coming up here. And I knew Melissa Joan Hart. Candace Cameron is like, which?
DJ Cameron from Full House.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah, she's a problem, right? Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay, small and cold. Was she like cold? Like you had to get a blanket for her because she was physically
She was
cold?
very cold in the studio, so we gave her tea. We swaddled her.
The baby Jesus herself. Good job. I give you a million reindeer.
Yeah, that's a lot of reindeer. Wendy.
You did win Christmas.
Yeah.
And it's nice to put a face with the lady. Hey. And just FYI, everybody, 8 more months. Really good story. Can't wait to hear more from you.
Okay, Blanket Batch.
Yeah, it does seem like the Christmas podcasts start earlier every year. Now, when you say back in the day, what did it was?
Pre-COVID. It's all a blur before then.
Oh, right. Yeah. Oh, right. That was like the 9/11 of the 21st century.
Oh, wait, what happened?
All things I just was the disease that made everybody forget. Okay. And Candace, you said she was very tiny.
Very tiny, very cold.
And she was cold because she was tiny.
That's my assumption.
Like a bird, like a small bird.
Or because she doesn't like Christmas movies, so she lives in winter.
We would think she would build a callous to the cold if she did. I love that you did a 3-month holiday podcast. That's like
Yeah. The Christmas movies start on Hallmark on October 25th every year.
Whoa.
I don't work.
They started in
when did the Halloween Hallmark movies start?
They do not acknowledge that.
Good Lord. Hey, you tell those Hallmark people to get their shit together. So I'm coming over there to TP their house. Hey, that was fantastic. Good job.
Let her hear it. That was a great story. Now, all 4 names are going back in the Story Smash can of truth, and I swirl it. Do you see the swirling? Oh, and I swirl it. Do you see the swirling? Okay. But now there's 5. Now there's 5.
Oh, there is?
Take out the audience. Okay, great. Well, now we're going to start the second round. Are you excited up there, Nadal? Okay.
Holy shit, it's happening.
Yeah, it's all happening. All right, you guys, come to the stage right now for a true 2-minute story is Sean Mahoney.
It's been brought to you by the Mass Candy Dick. Who could it be? The Mass Candy Dick. He's in the box.
School days.
Did you go to school?
I did. I went to Pilgrim. We're ready?
Whenever you're ready.
Okay, Pilgrim High School, 1984. We're going to get back to cocaine, apparently. Yeah. 1984, I had Mr. Norton was my teacher for my math, applied math too, Mr. Norton. Mr. Norton had a cocaine problem. That's why we called him Snortin' Norton. Let me tell you, Mr. Norton really enjoyed pink. If I gave him white cocaine, he's like, don't try to bribe me with the white stuff. I want the pink shale Peruvian stuff. So it took me like a week to get the pink shale. And I'm like, I got the pink shale. He goes, you pass. So yes, I bribed my math teacher, Mr. Norton. Look him up, 1984, from Pilgrim High School, Rhode Island. The guy's a character. You know, so, Mr. Norton, God bless him. He came in. I met him not too long after that at my bar. And he came in and he was like, he was still looking for blow in 1986. Yeah. So that's my story, Mr. Norton, that school news.
2 minutes. This round is 2
Oh,
minutes.
yes. Well, let's move right on over to the Pilgrim Puritan. The Pilgrim Puritan, his name was Mr. Dalton, and he was a history teacher. And this guy was at Pilgrim. He used to actually come in with the buckle and the hat, and he looked like a Pilgrim Puritan as a teacher, which was kind of kooky. Now, this guy was unbribable. I could not pass with this guy. This guy made me go to the Warwick Library and rewrite an essay 30 times or something. I kept delivering it back into him. No, sent me back to the library. Needless to say, I was doing a lot of coke in the library because I needed it all to make it work. I mean, after 22 of these things, I was getting like a little roughed out. So that's my story.
All right,
Making confessions and you're naming names.
It's the only one way to tell the truth.
You said truth and you're delivering the truth. You really supplied your math teacher.
Absolutely. Mr. Norton was a bribable cocaine addict in 1984.
Randall Slavin.
Yeah. Hi.
Did you know we could do that?
If I would have known that, I would not have failed drama.
I wouldn't have failed geometry so many times. Well, that was a great story.
Thank you.
You fascinate me. You got a lot of stories to tell. They're all cocaine based. But I want to know more, and I'm glad you're here.
So thank you very much.
Some also crack cakes.
So look at boys.
Like that.
You look like Kevin Rooney so much. Yeah. It's really freaking me out. Kevin Rooney was a brilliant comedian. a friend of mine. You look like him, and it's kind of making me feel like I'm having a dream. Anyway, did Snort and Norton ever get arrested for his cocaine use?
No, this guy was a character. He had it down. Not only was I bribing him, he had everyone on the take to get out of high school.
Did he ever get wheeled out on a cart from an overdose?
No.
Blood streaming down his neck?
No, but Ralph Hoffman, the principal, did grab him by the neck and threw him into some lockers one day and said, the party's over. No more. No more.
Was that guy principal was a bully?
Yeah, Ralph Hoffman, he was a bully. He was a bookie. This is Rhode Island we're talking about.
Only bookie principal.
What did they teach at this school?
How to survive.
Amazing. He graduated in 84?
Yes, I did.
I graduated in 83. That was amazing. I'm going to hand it over to Danny because he likes cocaine.
Thank God you had that second minute, otherwise we would have left us hanging on that. Wait, so you have a bully principal who's throwing people into lockers, and then you give us that other shitty story for the second half? But then you could have ended that story, that first story. Yeah, I don't want to. Anyway,
This is Pilgrim High School.
I know.
Pilgrim High School.
So the point of that second part of the story was Pilgrim looked like a pilgrim. You know, you're better than that. Come on, man. 32. No, teasing you. You're great. I love the character description. You do feel like you feel like one of those monologues in Goodfellas. You know, it's just like, do you write this stuff down? Do you have this anywhere? Should I option you?
I'm working.
Okay.
Listen, I'm a blank canvas right now.
Wow. Also, can you get me Coke? Anyway,
Not to the negative. I don't sell cocaine and haven't done it since 19.
and I never got to try the big stuff, so that really interests me. That might be why I relapsed. Anyway, 9 billion points.
Thank you. Thank you, man.
Also, I'm 82.
You're what?
Class of 82. You're 84.
I'm 83.
Holy shit.
83.
83, 82, 84.
87.
We're
Oh,
baby.
81. All right, you guys, come to the stage right now for a true 2-minute story is our audience member, Julia Lechner.
The winner.
Audience. Oh my gosh, it's so exciting. Now, last time we went over here first, and now we're going to go over here. What do you guys want to hear? Sean and Josh, you guys can't play.
I'm 15 years old.
15 years old. When you were 15, I'm going over here. There you guys.
18 years old.
When you were 18 years old.
There's Urban.
When did cocaine? Candace Cameron in depth.
Yeah. Oh, wait, what else? Wedding day.
Wedding day.
Wedding day. First love and over.
Travel story.
Travel.
Pregnancy scares.
Pregnancy scare. Interesting. Well, this guy's getting
I think he
personal.
just looked at his phone.
Any of those feel good to you?
Let's talk about pregnancy.
A few years ago, my husband and I had a stint as one of those married couples on a fertility journey. So I took Mucinex. I ate Brazil nuts. We did all the things I learned on the internet. And, tested my cervical mucus. This is going on a podcast. I want to make sure I say that. All the things to see when we were most fertile. So one month, his dad and brother coming to visit us in LA. And I'm like, if they're in town when we're fertile, we can skip a month. It's not a big deal. So they're in town. We do all the Hollywood stuff. We're back in our apartment briefly. And I take a test and it says it's just ovulation time. And I indicate this to my husband and he's like, well, let's just do it. So we tell his family like, hey, you guys, we're going to put a movie on. We're going to take a nap. And so we illegally downloaded screener of Quentin Tarantino's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. And then we go into a room 5 feet away because I'm a small apartment. And we put down a towel. We do the special fertility lube. And then we have these quickest, quietest sex you've ever heard in your lives, where my husband does like microscopic thrusts from the man at all. And this is all while we were hearing the screams of a Charles Manson massacre right outside of our bedroom, while I am trying to visualize an egg and a sperm meeting in a beautiful meadow. So then he finishes, leaves me on the bed, and I'm splayed there like a Thanksgiving turkey while I allow things to marinate inside of me. And then I rejoin his family, and we take them out to Pink's Hot Dogs. And that is not the month we got pregnant. We ultimately decided we came to our senses, and we like our free time, so we stopped trying to have children. And now if we want to fuck 5 feet away from one of our dads, it's because we want to do that. It's all the freaky people we are, and not because we're trying to have kids.
Sounds like you took you to Pink's Hot Dogs early, huh?
Dirty.
Got a production joke written down here. I'm not going to do that one. I didn't know that Mucinex made you pregnant.
It helps with the flippery.
Where do you put the Mucinex? You put it up there?
No, you take it, and then it makes all the mucus in your body, including your cervical mucus, more susceptible to the mucus. Let's hear it for mucus. Come on.
Best thing about that is that mucus will then take time to be a dad and help the little mucus raise, grow up to be a good Louis. I saw that on a bus stop.
Oh, fuck. I just came. I just came.
All right, we're wiping up.
You're such a pig.
That was fantastic. Great story.
Danny.
Yeah, that was hot. Those little microscopic. So that's how we fuck, right? That little microscopic thing. That's how. Yeah. So that's how. Isn't that how people normally do it? No. I had a fertility treatment. Mucinex wasn't involved, but my ex, maybe she couldn't get pregnant. I'm blaming it on her, but it was probably me. But so we did the in vitro thing. So did you ever go through that process?
Honestly, just wasn't motivated.
Good. It's like, but I mean, it worked out. I have the twins. The one's really beautiful. And because that was my thing was I went, you go to this area to get I lived too far from the clinic to carry my sperm with me. It had to be so you have to jerk off there. And the nurse was like showing me like a porn flick, and it was like I was so uncomfortable, and I was like, so I always make jokes. So I went to the nurse. I was like, hey, don't tell me what, but do you have any basic? And I didn't smile, and I was like so bummed out because I'm like and so then I get the porn, and the TV is set to the loudest possible. And I'd been married, so I didn't even listen to porn with the sound on in general. It's like when I got divorced, it was like when talkies came in. It was a very interesting. Oh, that's what's happening. So I don't know. You got me thinking, and what a great story. You're a ringer. You've been here before, though. I've seen you, and you're amazing. So a lot of fun.
Well, listen, the devil is in the details. In this case, it is in the cervical mucus. Oh. If there's one word I love, it's mucus. I heard it a lot. No, that was a fantastic story, and it ended in the greatest way possible with you deciding that you love your freak.
Wendy, you agreed up here. Wendy had 7 cats.
It's normal. Amazing storyteller. Beginning, middle, end. It was like you told that a million times, but that was fantastic. Again,
excellent.
Good job.
And coming up now, spinning the wheel and telling a true 2-minute story is the one and only Denny C.
This has been brought to you by Beanies.
Nature's penis enlarger.
Oh, also school days. Okay. I think she went to school. 2 minutes when you're ready.
This is a sad commentary. It's going to tie in to my previous mention of being single, because honestly, I went to 4 years of undergrad and 2 years of grad, and the first and only story that I could think of was stealing chicken wings from the cafeteria and bringing them back to the dorm, because that apparently is one of the highlights of college. You know, people say like, oh, they date food. And when I did stand up, I used to say that I was dating Little Caesars, and but every time they said pizza, it made me feel like I was banging twins. That is the only pure moment of this, though. This is all. But seriously, so we had you know, this was in the 80s, high 80s, everybody. Woo! Right. And I guess they still do this now. I went to a state university. Don't look it up and creep me. Except you on the boat. That's cute. I work for Viking. I'm wasting my story time. Okay. So, and that's my ADD. Like, I literally forgot for a second what the fuck was happening, and I just was so excited to tell Sean. Okay. So, I'm sure they still do this. It's all you can eat. And whenever they would have chicken wings, which to this day I love, and I'm trying to be vegetarian because I believe in karma. And this is true. When I eat meat, I literally have bad dreams that there's an animal in an oven and it's still alive and it's moaning, and I'm the only one who can hear it, and it's horrifying. And tonight I cooked chicken for the first time in like 25 years in the air fryer. But anyway, so we would just take bags of wings and bring them back to the dorm and have some kind of alcohol. I feel like we had like Bailey's Irish Cream. And the other thing that we loved was the Betty Crocker ready to spread frosting. We didn't know freaking Kate. We did the frosting, the chocolate chip. And yeah, it was such a happy time to have wings and beer and friends and frosting.
Oh, I love it.
Saved thousands and thousands of dollars. I could have gone to a KFC.
You do know that when you eat frosting, it's the soul. You can hear the soul leaving the frosting. Also, it kills the chicken soul.
I did not know that.
Now you
I'm
do.
Jewish. They didn't tell me that.
What you said, pizza, called. I like the fact that you're bonding over the Viking thing. Maybe you guys could go destroy a village there. But anyway, I just admire you. That was a great story. I felt like I was eating wings alone in your dorm room with you.
I have friends. I'm alone now. Then I have.
What were they doing?
They were eating the wings and drinking the Baileys.
Jesus, wings and Baileys. Jesus. Anyway, I just threw up in my.
Titty Zucker.
Boy, I mean, what great, like, really brought me back to school. The store when you went on the frosting. I mean, who can forget the frosting? You know, you're sharing a stage with a guy who was doing kilos of coke in high school. And you're talking about getting wings in 6 years of college. I hope that whatever happens from this time in your life till when we put you in the ground is as wild as fuck, because you have time to make up for. I want the next story because, yeah, the other thing I thought was kind of brilliant was, like, the story was a little bit like a little all over the place, but I thought that I love that you said, "Oh, I'm wasting my time here," and then talk for another 15, 20 seconds. Yeah, you know, I sometimes will do that. Wait a minute, I work for Viking. All of that came after you saying, "I'm wasting my story time." But thank God I fit all of those things in, because otherwise we would have been lost. So good job, though. You're very entertaining.
Potpourri of topics, as you know. But you finished with the following. Wings and beer and friends and frosting.
I like it.
Julia, if you have any contacts at Hallmark, there it is. It's beer, friends and frosting, cervical mucus. Fascinating. Your mind works in ways that I don't understand. Okay. So that is all I have to say.
I'm going to do something just because you set me up.
Go.
If you hung a stocking on your locker, fill it up with Betty Cracker. Woo!
Keep that gun in mind.
Be careful, she was doing
That was great. Very entertaining. We got one more name in the Story Smash Game. I'm sure that person is the one and only Josh Sanders.
We do. I thought my apologies.
We're calling you out.
Is it a reading?
Mom.
Yeah.
Moms. All right, this will tie into moms. Not the way you think, though. So just be prepared. I don't know why people don't like birthdays. Like I felt my first titty on birthday.
Oh, okay.
Well, we're gonna get to the moms part. Don't worry, it's coming. But this is important. So it was 8th grade, and I was in my basement. My girlfriend had thrown me a surprise party. I was we had a pool table. My friends were there, and I was like, you know what? Today's a great day. Today I'm gonna go for the titties. And I was, on the couch with my girlfriend, and I was like, this is the moment. And by the way, I didn't have the balls to go for both titties. It was just one titty. I didn't have the confidence to go for 2 titties. It was one titty. And so I was like, now or never. And I went for it. And I found out after the fact that my mom had come down the stairs right at that moment. And she just come and like, look, just as Josh goes for the titty. I'm sorry, I can't. And then she just backed upstairs. What a birthday present. Like, what a mom. Like, she's incredible. She was my teacher for 7th grade. And she was considerate. She was like, I don't want the kids to think I'm playing favorites. So, Josh, I'm going to kick you out of class on day 2. And I was like, that doesn't seem like a good idea, and she's like, I'm going to kick you out of class. And I'm like, okay. And she was like, remember to make a ruckus. I am hearing myself. I am the most opposite to this guy. But so I made a ruckus, and she's like, Josh, you're going to go to the hallway. And I'm like, I guess there's no favoritism here. And you know what? No one compared me to, no one said she was playing favorites. She was smart. It worked. Give it up for the moms. I love my mom. She's awesome. And thank you for listening.
Danny.
I've always wondered what it would be like if Mr. Rogers talked about me. My number one search. Wow. You got me thinking about my own mom as we're there. My mom practically is still alive. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, no, she just won't go away. But my mom walked in on me involved with imaginary titties. I was a little younger than that, and literally walked in and then went out and was like opened the door, went out and said, hey, when you're whatever, come on, we're going to leave soon. Literally, when you're done, that's what she said. When you're done. Oh. Done what? I'm what are you talking about? It was amazing.
I love that she wanted you to to complete.
Yeah, because otherwise she knew how I got. So, to this day. I mean, anyway, good job. You're an adorable man. What can I say? You're 9 million points.
All right.
You mean to tell me in the 8th grade, your mom walked in on you having titty time And she just backed out.
She backed up. She was so uncomfortable around this whole subject. We never talked about it. She was just like, I'll continue this pretending that the topic doesn't even exist.
Because Canadians are polite. I love your mom. Great story.
Yeah, like a batch.
I remember when my mom walked in when I was giving my girlfriend the shocker. Yeah. I really wanted to get the mucus moving.
Oh my.
Oh my God. Getting a boy.
He was free in this baby.
That was great. By the way, we don't call them titties here in America. We call them love bags. So, was your mom buying coke from Rhode Island?
She was a hippie. I don't know what she did before they moved to Canada. Like, it's possible.
Okay. Because I know they get crazy up there. With the Dudley Do Right stuff and
Hayden Lang, voice of an angel. Don't let anyone say different.
the Much Music, the Johnny Talents. Is that right?
Johnny Quest?
No, it's Jimmy Talent. What's the band? Fuck it. We had all this out for Steve.
Yeah, we're going to edit this out, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, Josh Sager.
Anne Murray, that's it.
Anne Murray, that's it. Well. This brings us to quite the conundrum because I've heard 4 fantastic storytellers. Did you guys hear that? I do not know how you guys are going to decide, but we're going to put a minute on the clock, and you guys will put 2 names in the Story Smash Can of Truth. These are the people moving on to the next round. We can have a little music. Why not? It's background time. Who was out marching today? Anybody?
You.
Evan was there. A couple of people were out. I was out. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. And anyway, it's great you guys are here tonight. Thank you again. This show is going up on the Story Worthy podcast next Thursday. The Story Worthy podcast. I've been doing it for 15 years. I have made hundreds of dollars. Hundreds of dollars. Ladies and gentlemen, the Story Smash Hat of Truth is available at the intermission for $20. You can Venmo me, or you can give me your cold, hard dollars. I don't care. Get your hat now. It's also a great gift for Easter. That's what I've heard. It's that time. We're back for the final round. It's a true 3-minute story. By the way, Wendy, what do you think is harder to tell, a 1-minute story or a 3-minute story?
I'm long-winded, and I also ping pong in different directions and throw in, I'm very ADHD in that way as well. So, it is really hard for me to tell a 1-minute story and just get to the bloody point. You can ask Greg; he'll tell you that.
Greg, is it true?
I'm insufferable. True.
Yes. True. Been confirmed. And how is your catio?
Okay, a skunk got in under the door of the catio and ended up in our bedroom. And it seemed like it had been there before because the cats were unbothered. So there's been a skunk skunking around our bedroom while we sleep, and we have had no knowledge of it. Anyway, it's not about me. All right.
Is it like Kramer? It just sort of shows up.
Just shows up and eats our cereal. Yeah.
All right, guys. There are 2 names in the Story Smash Hand of Truth. Is that true?
It is very true. That's true.
Wait. Here's one of the names.
By the way, we have to say all the storytellers tonight have been fantastic.
A lot of great stories.
This was a hard one. This was normally it's really easy. You guys know. But any 2 of you could have been finalists.
Okay. What were you going to say, Blaine?
I was going to say the only thing better than the storytellers tonight, I think, is the audience.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. So
and our veterans.
All right, you guys, come to the stage right now for a true 3-minute story is the one and only. Oh, sorry. Josh Saker.
It's been brought to you by McAllen's 5-year-old Scotch. Scotch for a 5-year-old. I'm cooking just like Daddy. McAllen's 5-year-old Scotch.
Ooh, break up. You think you got one of those in you, Josh?
Oh, thank God. I was praying for the breakup.
Really?
Because we're in a special location. I got dumped not half a mile from here.
You guys remember the Hyperion pub?
Yeah.
Just down there. Mm-hmm. So you mentioned at the beginning, I'm Canadian, and I moved from Toronto to Los Angeles 7 years ago. Within a year, I was divorced. And what happened, guys, is she came on deposit. And that's cool for her, but, it left me with some regrets.
Wow.
Like, I should have suggested that threesome. But in all sincerity, we knew something was up. And she was like, let's meet at this pub who's near our house. And I was like, what's it going to be? And she's like, we were at the patio. She just got to it. She's like, I'm sorry, I'm gay. I'm ending the marriage. And I was, devastated and partly relieved. And she was, we knew something was up. And so I was crying and she was crying. And this poor waitress was just trying to do She's just like, just need more time. A little more time. And, but the annoying thing is, like, if you want to dump someone, like, don't choose the only walking distance bar from their house. Like, there's a lot of better burn a Starbucks. There's like 20 of them. Burn a Barnes and Noble. I like Barnes and Noble. I hardly ever go. I would have been fine never returning there. So, she ended that marriage. And you guys, how long would you think, looking at this guy, how long do you think it would take for this guy to get back on the horse, to go on another date?
3 years.
3 years. I know this isn't a crowd work event. I'll take 3 years. 3 days. I was thinking, I want to heal from this. What are the benefits of being separated? You can go on a date. I made a Tinder profile. I got... I didn't put anything about really real about myself. I just put up some photos and I got a date, and I drove to Santa Monica in this car that barely ran. And this woman, she was like, she's like, I bought a new outfit for this. I'm like, oh wow, this is exciting. She was from BC. Everything was, poised for this to be a good night. And I'm just like, don't overshare. I went to a bar. And within the first 30 seconds, I just told her everything about my wife and my divorce and everything. And she was like, I bought a new outfit for this. You are not ready to date. And she was right. A few bars later, you guys, we made out. Yeah. It felt incredible. It was a pity makeout. 100%. I slept in my car that night. I didn't get lucky, but I felt like a million goddamn dollars. Really good story. This is a true story. So, after following a guy who was dating this girl, really liked her. And, she had the same thing. She said I love you, but, I'm gay. And I was like, okay. And I moved out here. About, I'd say 15 years ago on Facebook. And she's married to a dude with several, I think she's faked gay.
It's been done.
She totally faked gay.
Yeah.
No, I get that over. I have so many stories. I've recently, I'm not even getting into it. I'm feeling right now. No. Let's not make it about me. You did a good job for a Canadian. Not bad.
A lot of fun.
I love that story. No notes. Many, many poutines to you.
Oh, yes.
All right, Blaine.
When you were making
did ask me to cat sit, and I was like, no.
Hold your breath.
The doll.
Ask you if cat sit, that's the Canadian shocker. That was fantastic. I also love the let's burn a Starbucks, let's burn a Barnes and Noble. That's great. Yeah, just let's not fucking ruin it. It's like when my wife starts to fight with me and I'm like, hey, let me take the Charlie Brown Christmas musical. We're gonna get divorced. Hey, that was great. Good job, Josh.
You look a little bit like a lesbian. So it's like not. You see that? Yeah, like but in a good way. You like it? I'll tell you. No, I see why she was attracted to you.
I looked at that was like the closest. It's like she really gave it the old college try with me, you know, like 12 years, not bad.
I think Josh and Jeff were a transporter accident.
What did you say?
They were a transporter accident. They split the good and evil.
Yeah.
All right, guys, this is our final contestant coming up to tell a true 3-minute story. Give him a lot of love. The one and only Julia
It's been brought to you by Willie Lo Mein, Johnny's Food, the salesman. The same thing must be paid. Flavor.
Pets. I did some pets last time I was here, but let's talk about what my dream pet always was. I'm allergic to cats and dogs, so we didn't have pets in my household growing up, but I was like a Lisa Frank girly, so I always wanted like an exotic animal, like a zebra or something like that. But I'd never seen any in person because I grew up in New Jersey, so we're kind of known for like possums and raccoons and things that eat trash. But then one day I got invited as a high school freshman to go to the New Jersey Six Flags Great Adventure Wild Safari with some high school boys. So some high school boys who had a car, they had a Honda Civic, invited me and a couple freshmen to go to this wild safari. And it had real life African animals, like the ones I had always dreamt about having as a pet. So we drive all the way up to Six Flags. And when you get there, you have a choice. You can go to the theme park or the safari. And we decided we want to go to the safari to see the animals when they're fresh and ready to see. So you turn on your radio station and it narrates your journey while you go through the wild safari. So it's like, look to your right, there's an elephant. And we look. And there's an elephant right there, right next to our Civic. And there's a fence around the safari, but there's no fencing between the road and the animals and no staff or attendants anywhere in sight. So it's just these Jersey families driving their own minivans and Civics through this safari past all these animals. So then we see a giraffe. It sticks its head in our moonroof. We don't have any tasty cakes to give it, so it meanders on its way. And then you get to the end of the safari and there's a choice. You can go to the theme park or the monkey exhibit, which is like the grand finale of the wild safari. And we're like, we came to see everything, so let's see these monkeys. And there's a lot of enter at your own risk signs before the monkey exhibit. I'm like, we just hurry past an elephant and a Civic. What are some monkeys going to do? But still, we remove the antenna, we put in the mirrors, we roll up the windows. And we drive into the monkey exhibit, way less exotic than the rest of the safari. The radio station narrating our journey cuts out. Silence. There's nothing. And it looks like a barren field surrounded by barbed wire. And I don't see any monkeys at first. And we start driving. And then I notice the field isn't really empty. There's like hubcaps and windshield wipers and hardware. And that's how me I made a terrible mistake. And then I see my first glimpse of the monkeys terrorizing the minivans in front of us, ripping each car to shreds. And then we realize we have to wait for our turn to our vehicle before we leave the safari. And then they do, and they're so loud and so angry, and they're slapping the car as hard as they can with their little like shit smeared hands. And they can't figure out what to take from the car, so then they bite those little nubs off the hood and then spit them on the field. And that's when Bill yells, "That's it!" And he hits the gas, and the monkeys slide off the back of the car and run away. I'm alive today.
Holy cow, that was an adventure, Wendy.
I was enthralled. I have no notes. You're a good storyteller. I do want to go there, though.
You can no longer drive your own car through the wild safari. They closed in 2012 after 38 years.
Were there any deaths? Were there deaths?
Not that we know of. But a lot of terrorized Jersey families.
Excellent story.
Okay, Blake Batch.
Well, I think it's weird that you would have to go to a monkey thing in New Jersey to watch things jerk off at you. You can probably just go to Cherry Hill.
So in Cherry Hill.
Did you work at Cherry Hill?
I used to work at Courier Post Reporter in Cherry Hill.
Oh my God.
Oh, wow.
I did a gig in Cherry Hill, New Jersey in the 80s. And the microphone was set up in front of a big fish tank. And about halfway through my set, somebody in the back said, "We can't see the fish." That was a good I love that story. It showed you that Honda Civics are built tough.
Yeah.
A good Honda Civic. I've had two of them. They're built to last. And I like that you referenced Tasty Cakes.
Yeah.
Because now I'm going to go home and see if I can buy some online. It's amazing to me that you were pulled out of the audience and you had that loaded for a big finale. That was fantastic. Well,
Also hailing from New Jersey, Danny Zucker.
So you said go up to Green Venture. So you're South Jersey?
I'm from Pittman, Winter Realm.
Oh yeah, I'm from Livingston North, like Essex. Yeah. But this is great for you guys. But we would go there. I remember this so well because my friend Todd, and he got a new car, and I don't remember the brand, but he was very excited. We both took our girlfriends down there to go to the Wild Animal Park. He was so pissed because the monkeys were fucking with the car. And then a baboon, because remember the baboons were the most aggressive. So the baboon gets on the thing and is on his hood and is looking at my girlfriend and starts majorly jerking off. And I was like, I feel you, bro. But, and it was like, it wasn't a mood enhancer. And so then Todd thinking it would, because he didn't have the presence of mind to like drive. Like it was like, also the girls were like, don't try to run over them and like they're going to attack him. So he does the windshield fluid. Didn't work. But yeah, I'm so traumatized from that. But yeah, I brought back a lot of memories. And then to make it up to them, we went to, you remember Action Park? No, we took them 2 weekends later to there, and then I got fucked up on the Alpine slide. It was just, our relationships didn't last. But that was an amazing story. You're amazing. You're a great story.
What a great night it's been. Put a minute on the clock and let's let the judges judge. Minute on the clock. I got to thank you guys once again for coming out. Let's give a big round of applause to the judges. As well as all of the storytellers. Thank you
Give it up for Christine.
We're going to be back here playing the game again on Friday. Did you hear that? Friday, June... What is it? June 5th? Is that a Friday?
June 6th.
June 6th. June 6th. We'll be here Friday, June 6th. How exciting, a Friday night.
I love it when a date has a J and a 6 in it.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's find out who's taking home the baseball cap and the cookies. And by the way, was it a hard decision, Wendy?
Yes. Yeah, everybody was amazing tonight. But
Danny, was it hard?
Sure. The whole night was hard to decide who was ruler.
Yeah. All good stuff. All good stuff. All right. Who won the game tonight, Wendy?
Give it up. Give it up for... Say it with me.
yeah.